She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She left because you made it too easy for her to walk away. You answered too fast. You explained too much. You cared too openly. At first, it felt right. You thought being honest, being consistent, being there, was what she wanted. So you gave more attention, more time, more effort. And slowly, something changed. She started replying slower. Her tone got colder. The energy shifted, and that's when you made the mistake. You felt it, and instead of holding your ground, you leaned in. You texted more. You tried to fix it. You asked what was wrong. You thought you were saving it, but from her side, you were confirming something, that your state depends on her, that your attention is easy, that your presence is guaranteed. And once that becomes clear, there's nothing left to chase. That's when she pulls away. Not suddenly, not dramatically, gradually, quietly. And you feel it. You notice every delay, every short reply, every small change in tone. And your mind starts running. What did I do wrong? Why is she acting different? How do I fix this? That's where you lose. Not when she pulls away. When you react to it. Because everything you do after that point comes from a position you don't see. Need. And need is visible, even when you try to hide it. That's why the more you try to fix it, the worse it gets. Because you're solving the wrong problem. You think it's about her feelings. It's not. It's about how she sees you now. And once that perception shifts, everything else follows. Most men never understand this. They think attraction is built on effort. It's not. It's built on position. And the moment you lose that, no amount of effort will bring it back. Not the way you think. If you watch this all the way through, you're going to see exactly where you lost it. Not in what you said, in how you reacted. And once you see that clearly, you won't make the same mistake again. Because from this point on, you won't just feel what's happening. You'll understand it. And that changes everything. It didn't happen all at once. It started small. She replied a little slower than usual. Not a big deal. Just different. You noticed it immediately. You didn't say anything. But inside, something shifted. Before, you were relaxed. Now you were paying attention. Too much attention. You started checking your phone more, reading the same messages again, trying to catch something you missed. That's where it began. Not when she pulled away, when you started reacting to it. At first, you kept it subtle. You replied faster. You added a little more energy. You tried to keep the conversation alive. You thought you were maintaining connection, but what you were actually doing was correcting something she didn't ask you to fix. And she felt it. Not consciously, but clearly. Your replies got quicker. Your tone got slightly more invested. Your presence became predictable. That's when the shift happened. Before, she was responding to you. Now, she knew you would always respond. And once that becomes certain, interest drops. Because there's no more tension, no more space, no reason to lean in. You made everything available. And availability removes value. So she pulled back more. Now the gap was bigger. Now you felt it stronger. And this time, you didn't stay calm. You leaned in harder. You double texted. You asked if everything was okay. You tried to bring things back to normal. That's where you lost it. Not because you cared, because you showed her that your state depends on her response. That's the part that changes everything. From her side, she's no longer talking to a man who is stable. She's talking to someone who adjusts based on her behavior. And once that's visible, the dynamic flips. Now she doesn't have to invest. You're already doing it for both sides. That's why nothing you did worked. Not because it was wrong in intention, because it came from the wrong position. You were trying to fix connection from a place of need. And need doesn't attract. It signals loss of control. This is where most men misunderstand everything. They think attraction is built by doing more effort, more attention, more consistency. But attraction doesn't grow from effort. It grows from balance, from uncertainty, from not knowing exactly where they stand with you. The moment you remove that, you make yourself easy to read. And once you're easy to read, you're easy to leave. Control is not about what you do. It's about what you don't react to. You don't control her behavior. You don't control her interest. But you control your response. And your response defines your position. The moment you react emotionally to her distance, you step out of that position. And everything after that becomes recovery. But here's the problem. You can't recover something while still behaving the same way that lost it. That's why it keeps getting worse. Because you're solving the wrong layer. You're trying to fix her behavior instead of fixing your reaction. When she pulls back, you don't chase. You don't adjust. You don't compensate. You hold, not because you don't care, because your state is not controlled by her behavior. That's what keeps attraction alive. Not effort, stability. And once that's gone, everything else follows. She didn't leave because of what you said. She left because of how you reacted. When things stopped going your way, it didn't start when she pulled away. It started much earlier. Back when things were still good. Back when she replied fast. Back when the energy felt easy. You got used to it. Her attention became normal. Her replies became expected. Her presence became part of your state. That's where the mistake was built. You didn't see it, because nothing felt wrong. But slowly, you stopped feeling stable on your own. You started feeling stable. When she was there, when she replied, you felt good. When she didn't, something felt off. That's not connection. That's dependence. And dependence is quiet. It doesn't show up loudly at first. It builds underneath. You check your phone a little more. You think about her a little longer. You care a little more than you should. Not because she asked you to, because you tied your state to her presence. That's the shift. Now go back to the moment she pulled away. Her replies slow down. Her tone changes. She becomes distant. And suddenly, you don't feel the same anymore. Not because she changed, because the thing you built your stability on is no longer consistent. That's why it hits you harder than it should. That's why you start reacting. You're not reacting to her behavior. You're reacting to the loss of something you depended on, her attention. And from that point on, everything you do is different. You don't speak from clarity anymore. You speak from imbalance. You're trying to get something back. And that energy is impossible to hide. You reply faster. You try to keep her engaged. You think about what to say more than you should. Not because you're interested, because you need the interaction to feel normal again. That's what she feels, not your words, your need. And once that's clear, the dynamic changes. Now she knows something you didn't mean to show, that your state depends on her. that your attention is fixed on her, that you're not operating from your own center anymore. That's where attraction drops. Not because she lost interest randomly, because the balance is gone. Before, she was moving toward you. Now, you're moving toward her. And when one side moves too much, the other side steps back. That's the pattern. The more you need the interaction, the less she values it. Because value doesn't come from effort. It comes from independence. From knowing that your state doesn't shift based on her presence. That's what creates tension. That's what creates curiosity. But once she feels that you need her attention, that tension disappears. There's nothing to figure out anymore. She already knows where you stand. And once she knows that, there's no reason to invest more. That's why everything you tried didn't work. Not because your words were wrong. Because your position changed, you were no longer someone she was discovering. You became someone who was already locked in. And people don't chase what they already have. That's the hard truth. Most men think losing a woman is about saying the wrong thing. It's not. It's about showing the wrong position. You showed that your value comes from her attention. And the moment that becomes clear, you lose leverage. Because now she controls the interaction. She replies when she wants. She pulls back when she wants. And you adjust around it. That's not attraction. That's imbalance. The Stoics had a simple idea. Your state should not depend on anything outside your control. Not people, not outcomes, not attention. Because the moment it does, you lose stability. And without stability, everything becomes reactive. That's what happened. You didn't lose her because she changed. You lost her because you changed. When her attention changed, lesson is not to care less. It's to stop building your value on something you don't control. Because the moment that thing shifts, so do you. And when you shift, she sees it. Every time. It didn't happen when she replied slower. It didn't happen when you texted more. It happened earlier than that. It happened the moment she stopped seeing you the same way. At first, you were just someone she was figuring out. You didn't explain yourself. You didn't try to prove anything. You didn't adjust. There was space. She didn't fully know you, didn't fully understand you, and that uncertainty kept her attention. She leaned in, not because you gave more, because she hadn't figured you out yet. That's what most men never see. Attraction doesn't grow when everything is clear. It grows when something is still unresolved. Now, go back to what you did. Not the texting, not the reacting. The shift underneath that, you started making yourself easier to understand. You explained your intentions. You showed exactly how you felt. You removed every doubt. You thought that would make things stronger. It didn't. It made things finished. Because once she understands exactly where you stand, there's nothing left to explore. No tension. No curiosity. No reason to lean in anymore. That's when her energy changes. Not because she lost interest randomly, because she reached a conclusion. And conclusions end movement. Before, she was discovering you. Now, she already knows. You like her. You're available. You're not going anywhere. That's it. From that point on, the dynamic shifts. She doesn't need to invest to understand you. She already does. So her energy drops. Not out of disrespect. Out of completion. That's the part that feels confusing. Because from your side, you were getting closer. From her side, it was already done. That's why everything you did after that didn't work. Not because you said the wrong thing, because you were trying to restart something that already ended in her perception. You thought you were building connection, but what you were actually doing was removing the last layer of mystery. And once that's gone, there's nothing left to hold her attention. This is where most men get it wrong. They think clarity builds attraction. It doesn't. Clarity builds comfort. And comfort, without tension, kills movement. The Stoics never talked about attraction, but they understood perception. People don't react to what you are. They react to how they see you. And once that image settles, it becomes very hard to change. That's what happened here. She didn't leave because you weren't enough. She left because, in her mind, she already figured you out. And once someone thinks they understand you completely, they stop trying. That's the real shift. Not in what you did, in how she started seeing you. And you didn't even notice when it happened. There is a moment most men fail. Not when she leaves. Not when she pulls away. When she says something you don't like. I don't think this is working. I need space. Maybe we should stop. And you feel it. That instinct to respond, to explain, to push back, to fix it. That instinct is where you lose control. Because the moment you react, you enter her frame. Now you're responding to her decision. Now you're trying to change her position. Now you're no longer in control of your own state. That's the trap. Most men think control means saying the right thing. It doesn't. It means not needing to say anything at all. This is where a simple response changes everything. Okay. No explanation. No argument. No defense. Just okay. And most men can't do it. Because okay feels like losing. It feels like giving up. It feels like accepting something you don't want. But that's not what it is. It's control. Not over her. Over yourself. Stoic philosophy is built on a simple line. There are things you control, and things you don't. Her feelings, not yours to control. Her decisions, not yours to control. Her perception, not yours to control. But your response, always yours. And when you say, okay, without resistance, you draw a clear boundary. You refuse to fight something that isn't yours to fix. That's where the power shifts. Because now, something unexpected happens. There's no friction, no pushback, no emotional reaction. And that creates a gap she didn't expect. Most people are used to resistance. They expect questions. They expect emotion. They expect you to react. That's how they measure their influence over you. Through your reaction. If you react, they know you're affected. If you explain, they know you care. If you try to fix it, they know you're invested. But when you say okay, you remove all of that. No reaction. No signal. No leverage. Now she doesn't know where you stand. And that uncertainty takes control away from her. Not because you tried to take it, because you didn't give it. That's the difference. Most men try to win the moment. They try to convince. They try to prove. They try to hold on. And in doing that, they reveal everything. Their attachment, their fear, their need. But okay reveals nothing. It holds your position. It keeps your state untouched. And that's what Stoicism actually teaches. Not suppression. Not indifference as a mask. Clarity of control. You don't fight what isn't yours. You don't chase what leaves. You don't react to what you can't change. You accept it. Not emotionally. Structurally. That's what okay represents. It's not agreement. It's not weakness. It's alignment with reality. Something changed. You acknowledge it. You don't resist it. Because resistance without control is just emotional noise. And emotional noise destroys position. That's why this works. Not because it makes her come back, because it keeps you stable. And stability is rare. Most people move when pushed. Most people react when challenged. Most people lose their center the moment something shifts. When you don't, you become difficult to control. And once you are difficult to control, everything about the dynamic changes. She doesn't know how to read you. She doesn't know how to move you. She doesn't know how to influence you. And that's where power returns. Not because you took it, because you stopped giving it away. That's the principle. Not saying more, saying less, and meaning it, okay, and nothing else. There is a line most men cross without realizing it. Not when they chase, not when they react, when they try to control something that was never theirs. Stoic philosophy begins here. You don't control her feelings. You don't control her decisions. You don't control whether she stays or leaves. You control one thing, yourself. And the moment you forget that, everything starts to collapse. You don't notice it at first. It feels like effort, like care, like you're trying to hold something together. But underneath that, there's something else. You're trying to control the outcome. You want her to stay. You want her to feel the same. You want things to go back to how they were. And from that moment on, everything you do is no longer clean. Your words carry pressure. Your actions carry intention. Your presence carries expectation. And that changes how she experiences you. Because now, you're not interacting with her. You're trying to move her. And people feel that, even if they don't understand it, they feel the weight behind your actions. That you're not just there. You're trying to get somewhere. That's when resistance appears. Not because she decided to pull away, because she felt something shift. You were no longer stable. You became outcome dependent. And outcome dependence is the opposite of control. Stoicism doesn't teach you how to win people. It teaches you how to stop losing yourself. Because once you lose your center, you start negotiating your behavior. You say things you wouldn't normally say. You tolerate things you wouldn't normally accept. You adjust in ways you don't even recognize, all to keep something from slipping away. But here's the truth. The moment you try to control whether someone stays, you've already lost the position that made them stay. Because now your state is tied to an outcome. And anything tied to an outcome is unstable. That's why nothing works at that point. Not because you didn't try hard enough, because you were trying in the wrong direction. You were reaching outward, when the only place control ever existed was inward. That's the shift. You stop trying to keep her. You start keeping yourself, your clarity, your standards, your state. And once that becomes stable, something changes. Not in her, in you. You stop chasing outcomes. You stop reacting to shifts. You stop needing things to go a certain way. Because you're no longer operating from lack. You're operating from control. And from that point, it doesn't matter what she does. Because your position doesn't move. That's what Stoicism actually builds. Not distance. Not coldness. Stability. The kind that doesn't break when something leaves. The the kind that doesn't depend on anyone staying. And once you reach that, you start seeing everything differently, not as something to hold on to, but as something that either aligns or doesn't. And that's where peace begins. Not when things go your way, when you stop needing them to. And maybe that's the part I didn't understand back then. Luli, you were never mine to keep. You were someone I met at a time when I didn't understand myself yet. We were both young. You stayed close to your world, your family, your quiet life in the outskirts, your routines. I was trying to build something, trying to become someone. 4 years passed like that. Not perfectly, but real. And when you left, I thought I lost something important. But what I actually lost was the version of myself that didn't know how to stand alone. You didn't break me. You showed me where I was weak, where I depended, where I lost control of my own state. And from that, I started rebuilding. Not for you, for myself. Stoicism didn't come to me as an idea. It came as a necessity, because I needed something that didn't move when everything else did. And that's what it gave me. Not answers. Structure. A way to see clearly. A way to hold steady. A way to stop losing myself in things I couldn't control. So if there's anything left to say, it's not about getting you back. It's this. You leaving. I was the first time I started becoming someone I could rely on. And for that, I don't need you to come back. I just needed to understand why you left. And now I do. At some point, you stop asking the wrong question. Not, will she come back? But something deeper. Why did I lose control of myself when she left? Because that's where everything started. Not with her decision, with your attachment to an outcome. Stoicism makes a very clear distinction. There are things within your control and things outside of it. Her feelings, outside. Her choices, outside. Her presence in your life, outside. But your judgment, your response, your stability, always within. And the moment you confuse the two, you suffer. Not because of what happened, because you tried to control what was never yours. That's what created the tension. You weren't just losing her. You were losing alignment with reality. You wanted things to stay the same. You wanted her to feel the same. You wanted the outcome to match your expectation. But reality doesn't negotiate. It moves. And the Stoic doesn't resist that movement. He aligns with it. Not emotionally. Structurally, he sees what is, not what he wants it to be. That's the difference. Most people don't suffer because of events. They suffer because of the story they attach to those events. She shouldn't have left. It wasn't supposed to end like this. I need to fix this. All of that is resistance. And resistance to what you cannot control creates instability. That's why you felt lost. Not because she left. Because your sense of control was placed in something external. And when that external thing moved, you moved with it. That's dependence. And Stoicism cuts that at the root, not by making you cold, but by making you clear. You don't attach your state to outcomes. You don't attach your value to people. You don't attach your identity to something that can leave. Because anything that can leave will, that's not pessimism, that's structure. And once you accept that, something changes. You stop holding on, not because you don't care, because you understand. You understand that control was never out there. It was always here, in how you see, in how you judge, in how you respond. That's where your life actually happens. Not in what people do, in what you decide it means. And once you take that back, everything stabilizes. Not your situation, you. And from that point, you don't need the outcome anymore, because you are no longer built on it. That's freedom. Not getting what you want, not needing it. And once you reach that state, whether she comes back or not, becomes irrelevant. Because the one thing you almost lost is the only thing that matters, yourself. And this time, you don't lose it again.